Hi, welcome to the Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where you can always come here first to quench your reality thirst, and where we put the tea in reality per. I am your host, well, one of your hosts. I'm your girl, Lana, the resident diva, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea per. And yeah, I am drinking juice now in my cup mug is berry punch because yeah I had tea already today and I can't be drinking too much tea because I need to go to bed at some point tonight, so so I'm drinking juice in this beautiful cup mug per you want one, you can get one from lanag'screations.etsy.com, and you can order your very own cup mug and all the cup merch and other things. So check it out.
Mine is on the way, and I'm thrilled.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm going to bring it up in a video now because I just remembered. And if I don't remember, I'm not going to bring it up. But I love that we say we put the T in reality, but I also feel like we put the real and the T in reality.
Oh, per.
So now I kind of want to change it.
The real and the tea in reality.
Because I love that. The Currently Unnamed Podcast where we put the real and the T in reality, and you can always come to us for a period. No, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Changed. Official. Boom. Done. Will I remember to do it? Who knows?
We'll watch this and I can remember.
Right. At the moment, I'm just drinking water. Hydration is always important. I had one beer, and I'm just like, ooh. So I don't drink much. I don't like at all. So, but it was free. So I said absolutely.
I mean, when stuff is just sitting there for you to drink, and you just like, I should do it because, like, right here is very tempting. I have some gin in there, some bourbon.
Hold on, I can match you.
Oh.
Oh no, I haven't opened this. Nope, I don't know how to open the cabinet. I'm not even gonna try. Nope, not even gonna try. There's Jim Beam Orange in the cabinet that's like literally right there.
The Kentucky straight whiskey, but I'm not going to do it because, like I said, maybe I have to go to sleep at some point today.
So. I'm usually a California sober kind of person. If you know, you know. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about BBCAN 11, week 7, the Double Eviction. Wild week.
Wild.
From top to bottom, honestly.
Insane week, honestly. Okay. So, to be honest and transparent with you guys about certain things, this is going to be very candid, our conversation, our thoughts, because a lot of this week kind of whoosh, it was a lot happening. So it was just like a lot of information.
And the editing of the episodes this week felt weird. I don't know if you agree with that, Lana, but they were splicing things together, and they've been kind of doing that the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Where like we'll talk about it because we had talked before we came on about like the Kuzi and Daniel scuffle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that fully happened on Tuesday, but it wasn't aired until Thursday's Double Eviction episode. So I'm like, I don't know. But
it was a lot of stuff just thrown together and in there. And so I'm like, I don't know.
And a lot of fluff.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fluff this week. It was
yeah.
So we're not going to go over every
fluff. Yeah, no.
We're not going to cover every individual detail. We're going to cover what matters, which is the game. So we are coming off of the Fatal Feast week. We lost both Santina and Hope. A pretty relatively easy week, all things considered, honestly. A complete juxtaposition to what we experienced this week.
Right.
So we left off. We were at Tuesday's episode.
We left off Renee getting head of household. We left off.
Renee won a comp. She was not dead last. Finally, she won the comp. And the Girly Pops are freaking out and they're excited. And I
I'm
mean,
sure.
it becomes very apparent. Hey, guess what? Renee, for like the 4th time this season, guess who she's also targeting? Ty. And it's just like, there's a whole debate too, because Renee and Kuzi had a really long conversation, and they seemed to have been starting like some sort of bond there, which, based on the events of the week, we'll talk about it. But Renee was like, "Yeah, I'm not putting you up straight away. Like that's not happening." And I do really appreciate that Renee used the verbiage, "I'm not putting you up right away." Because, spoiler, she didn't lie.
She did lie.
No lies detected. Her, like, she's good as far as telling the truth. We'll talk about what happens. But so with Kuzi Good, Girly Pops aren't going up. Ty's already going up. It's Daniel or Anika. And God, we love Daniel. Let's make that very clear again. We love Daniel here. Daniel is a personal friend of both of us. We love Daniel. He starts spiraling.
Yeah.
And I kind of had a feeling that whenever he would have ended up on the block, or like if he knew that there was a chance he was actually going to go up on the block, he was going to start to spiral a little tiny bit.
I mean, okay. Like we said, we know Daniel. I played games with Daniel online before.
Also.
And I've seen this when Daniel feels like he is in danger.
Yeah.
He kind of loses it a little bit, and he kind of like trying to figure out everything and why am I here? Why is this? Like, it's always questions on why am I the target? Why am I the target? And he can be very emotional, kind of very, like spiral. He can spiral, but he always figures out a way to get himself back. He bounces back, which I appreciate. And I think when he did start to spiral a little, I wasn't surprised. But I'm like, but this is the person I know who is always going to talk himself back into a game. He's going to talk himself either in the game or he's going to talk himself out of the game.
Yeah.
You don't know which way it's going to go. It depends on who he's talking to. But either way it goes, he's going to talk himself into a position in this game. And as we see, he did that.
He did just that.
He did just that.
So yeah, he kind of talks himself out of getting nominated. So we see the initial noms for the week, Ty and Anika. Great. Cool. Very, very quickly on in the Wednesday episode, we get the veto. It's veto time. There's just so much fluff. There's so much fluff. But we get veto player picks. Everyone is picked for the veto except for obviously Renee. Sure. And Claudia is the only other person who is not competing in the veto. And we get the veto comp, which is, guess what? A sponsored veto comp. Yay! Pretends to be shocked.
I'm so shocked. Oh my god.
Truly gagged.
Truly a gag.
Truly gagged. So this veto, we have, so it's individually timed. There are 5 rooms in this like maze. It's supposed to be like a Winners store. I've never been in a Winners, so I'm gonna assume it's just like what we saw. But there's 5 rooms, and in each room you have to go through and find puzzle pieces. You have to find 4 puzzle pieces in each room. And then you'll have 20 pieces at the end, and then you solve your puzzle. And person with the fastest time wins. But there are
Temptations.
There are temptations. The first room I think was like it was like a clothes rack. So it was like grab whatever clothes you wanted. I think a couple people might have grabbed something. I don't really remember. There were toys in one. There were puppies.
Puppies.
There were puppies. And I would have screamed. I'd be like, puppies! I love you. But I have to win a veto.
That would not have affected me at all. I was like, oh, puppies. Ew. Okay, let's go.
I don't know. And then the other interesting room was there was a like luggage bag room in like a handbag room, and in there was $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And someone decided to take the $1,000, and it was Koozie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the last room were actual real life in the flesh, not behind a plexiglass panel, family members. I can't remember the last time they had actual family members on BBCAN. It might have 7. I think it was maybe 6. I don't remember it on 7.
I mean, I don't remember what season. I just remember the dude didn't recognize his own mother at the Wendy's counter.
Oh, that was 7.
Well, then that's the last time I remember.
Oh yeah, because 8 was the COVID season.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so it was Koozie's sister, Anika's brother, and then Daniel, Shania, and Ty's moms. And I felt so bad for Claudia and Renee.
Right.
I was like, did they fly Claudia's family member out? Or
I think that's why they did the veto picks a day before.
Yeah, they did the picks on
to
the
know
Saturday.
who's going to be in it.
Yeah.
So they can fly out those people and not the ones who's not in there.
Ooh, they would have all had to take a red eye or something.
Literally.
Imagine getting a red eye from PEI. Honestly, maybe it was for the best that Claudia didn't play in the veto.
Like, you have to drive for a few hours to get to the next airport for your red eye flight.
Literally.
Like, there's no flights out of PEI. Like, none.
I'm like, there's probably an airport in PEI. I don't know Canadian
I'm sure it's a regional airport, but I'm like, trying to get a late flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we get times. Shania comes dead last, 34 minutes.
Yeah.
Anika comes in fourth with 27, like 27 and a half-ish. And then it's Koozie, 1935. Bless you.
Thank you.
And then it comes down to Ty and Daniel, and it's a 4-second difference. Not 4 minutes.
4 seconds.
4 seconds. And Ty wins another veto. This is his 3rd veto.
In a row.
No.
In a row. He's won the Fatal Feast. He just won.
Well, that's not a veto.
That was a veto. I don't care how you put it. It could be a safety competition. Safety veto is a safety competition. That was a veto. He won 3 of those competitions in a row to save himself. I'll just say that.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you that. But it was his 2nd veto in a row. His 5th comp win.
3 comps in a row.
3 comps in a row, yeah. Jesus.
I said it yesterday when we did for week 6, and I'm going to say it again for week 7. I have come around to appreciate Ty as a Big Brother player.
Yep.
And this week solidified it even more. We'll talk about later what happened. But this man is playing this game and he is pulling himself out of fires when he needs to be. And I know people like, well, he's on the block, he on the block. Okay. But when he get on the block, he ain't worried about it because he wins himself off the block. 3 safety competitions, 3 safe in a row. He was safe from the fatal feast. He won the veto, and he won the veto. Like, what? And then this week he showed us an all-around player in this game.
Yeah.
All-around player in this game. I'm coming around to Ty. I did not like Ty pre-quitter, but post-quitter, I appreciate Ty very much so.
Pre-jury, post-jury, honestly, it's kind of what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we know Ty's going to use the veto.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty much who's going up between Daniel and Kuzi. And it does not take very long for Renee to make the decision that I think all of us would have made in Renee's situation.
Yeah. Or if Renee would have played it, if Renee would have thought about this, well, if Renee had the opportunity to really think about and see that her girly pops was turning on her.
Well,
I'm just
not
saying.
really turning on her anymore. We'll talk about that.
I was saying, they got no choice. They got no choice now. We'll talk about that. But if Renee would have caught wind to how much the girly pops were coming, we're now looking at her as the bottom of that little group. And I don't know why she's not thinking about that. Like, Shania saved Claudia and left me hanging to dry during the fatal feast.
Yeah.
I would have been like,
maybe I should put up some Claudia.
So I can get Shania closer to my side because I need somebody who's going to be dependent on me.
Because then I honestly think at that moment we get a 3 or maybe a 4 of Ty, Kuzi, Renee, Shania.
Oh, yeah.
No, because I think think Ty, Kuzi, and Renee would have been the trio.
Yeah.
So it might have ended up 2 trios.
Yeah.
Ty, Kuzi, Renee, Shania, Daniel, Anika.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we see where
the
little imbalanced as far as comp wins are concerned in that department. But
very much so. But yeah.
But Renee ends up making the obvious, I guess, choice. Obvious is the way to say it. Ty takes himself down with the veto, and Kuzi goes up in his place. So it is Anika and Kuzi on the block for the first of the evictions of the episode on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just this episode. So okay, so here's the thing. We all knew Kuzi was going home. Kuzi knew Kuzi was going home. Yeah. She fought, and I really do appreciate that she did, because it looked like after, in the digital dailies, it looked like after the noms that she might not have fought.
All right.
There was also all the controversy, we didn't bring it up, over the shut up and sit down, Renee. And they know each other better than y'all will ever know either of them.
Here's the thing.
You shut up and sit down, internet people.
Here's the thing. These are the same people who are like, oh, we miss drama. We want old school Big Brother. We want the dramatic Big Brother and the fights and the wah. And the second we get a smidge of pushback, it's, oh, she's so scary. Oh, that's not no necessary. Oh, that's
Okay.
horrible. Oh,
I'm
she's
so I'm so sorry. Y'all were not saying the same shit when Santina did the same shit during the Fatal Feast. Y'all did not do this when Claudia went up on the block the first time. Y'all did not do this when I was trying to think of another woman who's been on the block, but there haven't been that many. Like y'all didn't do this for either of those scenarios. And I'm gonna call it as it is. Because she's a confident black woman, y'all are doing this now? No.
because
No.
she's so scary and aggressive and mean.
No.
No,
Absolutely not.
absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
It's just it's so interesting that all of the hate that we're currently seeing, it's so interesting, Lana, that it's only towards house guests of color.
It's okay when they do it. It's not okay when we do it. Mm.
And like my other difficulty is like, and to your point exactly, that's why I was like, I need to rant for a second. To your point exactly, like people are like, oh my god, we miss old Big Brother. We miss old Big Brother Canada. We miss the I promise you are going home moments. This has been the most dramatic, intriguing, back and forth season we've had in years.
It ain't even been that much. Like that comment, like she literally was like, "Okay, Renee, shut up, sit down." Like,
Literally. But still, like, this is the Big Brother that I love. We have two sides of the house. They're going back and forth. It's been a power struggle for the whole last part of the season. You had the douchebags going out in the pre-jury. Like, it's been such a good season this year, and y'all still complain. No. No. I'm not. No. Anyway.
yeah,
I
it's
just needed to.
sometimes you got to. It's always funny to me when we have to have certain people, and they like to specify it
Mhm.
with, oh, I was a fan of Kuzi in the beginning, but now because she said that, I no longer have respect for her. Honey, sweetheart, darling, you never had respect for her.
No.
You never liked her in the beginning. You were never a fan. You were just someone who decided to wait until any moment where a black woman did
Mhm.
not act the way you wanted them to act to decide to get on your Twitter fingers and start, I don't like her because she's so mean. She's so classless. She's so, because she told somebody to shut up and sit down.
And
Baby,
it's the
think about what
BBCAN
you said.
alums too that are saying it. Like,
Right. Like, okay, yes, Tanisha, your opinion was very unpopular, and you should have deleted that like quickly, because not only will you get on here and as a black woman decide to say another black woman is, you don't like how she's acting, when you know how people are going to react and take that, because all a little black woman have to do is do the smallest minute things and people go jump down her back. And I don't know who this other person is, the Pip Leo, whatever, whoever that is.
who?
Peel, whatever. I don't
I'll
know.
get
I don't know. But they were on, I guess they were on the season of acting weird, kissing.
Oh, Pilar.
I don't know who she is. Don't know her season. Didn't watch it. Irrelevant. Anyway,
Yeah.
you also need to have several seats because obviously you were the weird one on your cast. So you have no room to talk about nobody.
She skated
Nobody.
by on a showman's and went home in a triple. That's all she did.
Whatever. Bye, weirdo. I just, I, I just have a problem with everybody trying to come down on a black woman showing emotion and being upset in the moment that her game could be over. She's worked so hard to get to this point. and now her game could be over. And the person who was sending her out the door was making this speech like, I got to take my shot. And that, even though Kuzi did it, it was okay when Kuzi said it.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't nobody mad. I wasn't mad at Kuzi for saying it, and I'm not mad at Renee for saying it. But Kuzi also had the right to react to what she was saying. Like, girl, bye, sit down, go out, whatever. And then she also apologized for saying it.
Yeah.
But we don't want to talk about that.
Nope.
We don't want to mention that. We don't want to talk. She's so classless. She's so aggressive. She's so mean. You don't know her.
No.
You don't know her. But whatever. All right.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So the only other thing we really see out of the situation was the Daniel and Kuzi blow up situation.
This was hard for me to watch.
This is also very hard for me to watch.
This is very hard because I see both of their points. I understand both of their views. I hate that both of my faves had to get to this point. Because I laminated their stand card and hung it on my wall as a frame. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to pick a side, and I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Because I understand both points. I understand why Daniel felt the need to do what he had to do in order to advance himself in this game. And in order to do that, he had to make sure to turn those girls more against Kuzi than they already were. Because he was an option. And if you're an option, you got to make sure you're no longer an option. And he did that. Can't be mad at him. Can't be mad at Kuzi for being upset that we're supposed to be allies and you turn your back on me so easy when I went up last week to make sure you didn't go up.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything for this alliance and y'all are clearly throwing me under the bus the first chance you get. So I understand where Kuzi was coming from. I understand where Daniel was coming from. So I am not going to pick a side in this. Just know it was hard to watch.
Yeah. And then we get a jury segment. And I was like, we're getting a jury segment during a double work. Okay.
Okay.
And it's literally just Hope showing up.
Yeah.
And everyone's happy to see Hope.
Sure.
And Santina's like, why didn't you work with me? And he's like, the crown. And she's like, I'm like, okay, Santina, work, diva. Like, it was all probably played up. Y'all know they have to play up those jury segments, whatever. So, it's time for the vote. And it is time to say goodbye to Kuzi. You know who else was robbed in 7th place, Lana?
Summer
Sales. I don't know any other 7th boots, but there's probably some iconic people in 7th. Is 7th for BBCAN the 5th place for Drag Race? Oh. The icon spot is 7th. Now I'm curious. I'm gonna do some looking. Who was 7th on BBCAN 9? Oh, I think she's iconic. Tina Thistle. I like Tina. My lesbian from the East Coast. I love her. But
okay.
So let's just Kuzi has a great speech. Kuzi, I love you. Kuzi, you're incredible. Kuzi, you're magnificent. Kuzi, you are my favorite player of the season.
Yeah.
And I know Daniel. So
yeah. I love Kuzi more than anything. I adore Kuzi. And Kuzi, if you ever see this, know that the cup stands you very much. And we actually know Daniel and we stand you so much.
Yeah. We love Daniel too.
We love Daniel, but we love you.
Yeah.
It's
So,
enough love for us to go around. Very much so.
So the vote on Kuzi was 3-1, with the one vote coming from Ty. He is playing that jury management.
He was the one vote for Hope.
He
And
was
now
the
he is
one
the one
vote.
vote for Kuzi.
Mm.
I'm gonna put it like this. Ty, I really feel like if, and I'm not going, I'm not, and this, please don't take this the wrong way to my white brothers and sisters out there who's watching. I feel like if Kuzi, Ty, Daniel, Hope, and Amal, if she stayed,
Oh,
would have been there, they would have been able, they probably would have worked well in a really good version of the cookout for Big Brother Canada. And I
yeah.
think it would have been beautiful. And I think they would have been able to do it because there's social games all around. Like they could have still had their people outside of their core, just like in the cookout.
They could have had the crown.
They could have had the crown all around, and it could have been those 6. And then you get your people, you get your outside people, and we bring, and we'll be protected. They could have done it. And I think
Yeah.
Ty would have stuck with it because Ty
Mhm.
has been very much like, Kuzi, I'm protecting you as much as he could. Hope as much as he could. Even that thing with Hope after the whole blow up with the letter, like
Mhm.
once that was out the way and the quitter had left, he realized what he needed to do, and he needed to keep Hope close and by his side, and
Yeah.
Daniel as well. Like he worked with Daniel, and I just think it would have been beautiful, but it is what it is. It didn't happen. Things happen. But Ty is playing this game, and he
Yeah.
is. This is what I was talking about earlier. The jury management this man is doing. Everybody who is leaving, he finds out where the house is going, and he votes the opposite way. So that person is gonna go. But the last thing they're gonna know is Ty voted to save me.
Yep.
Even when all my alliance left, Ty voted to keep me.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
So smart.
Yeah.
And we ain't even done talking about Ty yet. We still ain't
Nope.
done talking about Ty yet.
Nope. So the HOH comp was this like murder whodunit crime scene. It was one of those like wake you up in the middle of the night situations to blood curdling screams. I would have self-evicted. Genuinely, I would have self-evicted. Like, why are we hearing screams? I don't like this. I'm running away. Like, no. No, thank you.
I agree with you. Like,
No, thank you.
absolutely not. No, thank you. I don't want to.
No.
No. First of all, you're waking me up in the middle of the night,
Uh-huh.
over and over
Uh-huh.
and over again, and then
No.
it screams.
No.
In this big old house where I don't know where everything is, people can jump out anywhere. No, absolutely not.
No.
The
But
game
yes.
ends here for me. Thank you.
Yes. I'm like, thank you so much. I'll take my severance package. Have a great day. Excited for jury if you let me stay. But no. So they go out into the backyard for the HOH, and it is a whodunit murder mystery scene with some BBCAN alums.
We love
Always thrilled to see Sarah Hanlon. My favorite winner to this day. She is still my favorite winner of BBCAN.
I mean, Betty was there.
Well, Betty didn't win. Betty should have.
It doesn't matter. Betty was in the building.
Betty.
Period.
Betty was.
Betty was there.
Honestly, for me, Betty and Sarah, like same page, like same level of like thrills and excitement and all that. And then Moose, I was very happy to see Moose.
They're always happy to see Moose.
And Adam, it's fine.
Sure.
Sure. good to see you, Adam, I guess. You were murdered. I do love that we find out how he was murdered too. Like the last question was how he got murdered.
Yeah.
And it was Sarah poisoned the slop with perfume. Something like that. It was something weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a booth comp. So it's true false. And it came down to Claudia, Anika, and Daniel. And they all were pretty close going into the end, but Claudia pulls out her second HOH win. This was a comp designed for her, for Daniel, for Anika. These are the kinds of people that are going to win this kind of comp. So, good for her.
Good for her.
Lovely. Sure. Wonderful. Great. So, then we go to the noms.
Right. I mean, right away, because we have to go. This is a double.
Even though this is not live.
No.
It's not live at all.
No, but we have to get it all done today.
Exactly. So Claudia puts up Anika and Daniel.
But they just made a Final Four together. Okay.
Okay. Meaning that Daniel's unnominated streak is over.
Yes.
And that also means that the last person to be nominated on this season, which I do think is an accomplishment, I'll give her flowers, Shania, was technically the last person. Not technically, she was the last person to be nominated. We'll talk about that shortly. So we go to the veto.
Because everything happens very fast, quickly.
We go to the veto. Everyone is playing except for Claudia, obviously, because there's only 6 people left. And the comp was Smash Pots, the single most creative name for a veto comp ever. I'm like, okay, so you have to guess what, Lana?
Smash some pots.
Yes.
Ooh.
And then you have to solve a 4-piece puzzle.
Oh, well, I was right on the smashing pots. 4 pieces, huh?
Do we think this puzzle was more or less difficult than the Caitlin Herman body puzzle?
Less. I would say, well, I don't know. I think Caitlin.
I
don't know. I think it might be more.
I think it might be more difficult than the Caitlin puzzle.
Because her little 5-piece puzzle was not that difficult. But
oh my God. That's a season that I would love to go revisit, 5 years out now. BB20 was a fucking wild season.
Mess. It was a hot mess is what it was.
But brought me some of my favorite people from modern Big Brother. So it's Smash Pots. It is not even close. Not even close. Ty smokes the whole competition. And this is his 4th win in a row. Or safety competition win, let's say that. 3rd veto in a row. He now has 6 comp wins.
1 HOH, by the way. Just 1.
1 HOH.
The rest
4 vetoes
and
a safety comp win. Just
insane.
And genuinely, he doesn't need to win HOH for the rest of the season until the finale.
Just win every veto.
Just win every veto. Which, at this point, he probably will.
He probably could.
So Ty wins the veto. And that means that Claudia has to put up a girly pop.
I mean, she doesn't have to unless Ty decides to use the veto. Because he doesn't have to. Could leave the nominations the same and just let Anika or Daniel go home. But Ty is like, I told you I'm gonna use this veto. So what you need to do is put up one of your girls. I
And
suggest
then
Leia.
he goes, I don't know why you've been so like not hellbent. He didn't use that word, but he's basically like, I don't know why you've been so hellbent on saving Shania. And I'm like, they've literally been number one allies since day one.
Right.
Of course, she's gonna
Save Shania.
Shania.
Right.
But then, okay, so the girly pops are having their conversation, and Shania basically asks to get evicted.
She has to
She's like,
go up. She doesn't say get
she's
evicted.
she's like, basically she literally says, I deserve to be here less than Renee. And I'm like, what? Confusion.
Confusion
I'm
indeed.
like, no, baby, you deserve to be here too.
I mean, I don't think she thought she was gonna go home though. I
I hope so.
honestly thought she thought she was gonna go up and the votes were going to be 2-1 for her to stay.
Stay. And we'll talk about it. So we go to the veto meeting. Ty uses the veto
On Anika.
on Anika.
Shocking to me. I was very confused about that. Very
I
confused.
wonder if it's because he thought Anika was more likely to vote out a girly pop than Daniel.
Which is possible because yeah.
Because
Mhm.
well, okay, so if it's so Ty uses the veto on Anika, and Claudia puts up Shania. In the opposite scenario, if it's Anika Shania,
Daniel put a.
I don't know who Daniel votes
He
for.
probably he could have voted for Anika to go because Daniel is more in numbers and I'll gain their trust.
But I
But
also think Daniel knows Shania is more likely to win a comp than Anika
yeah,
is.
for sure.
So also the veto move confused me because obviously like Daniel used a veto earlier in the season on Ty, and Ty knows this even though it was a secret veto.
Right.
So like for me, the math ain't mathin'.
I mean, I get it if he thought that Daniel wouldn't save Anika and save those girls, and those three girls will still have a lock.
But
So
he knew Anika would save Daniel.
he knew Anika would save Daniel, but he didn't know if Daniel would save Anika. And I
And
respect that.
that's exactly what happens. We
Mm-hmm.
go to the vote, and Ty is laughing in this
Laughing.
DR.
He laughs as he votes for Shania because he literally was like, I'm about to sing your number one home because I ain't it. So I'm about to send her home.
He is now.
And she ain't got no choice. But I'm like, girl, this man has lied to you this entire game. He has shown you he does not want to work with you this entire game. And if she still want to work with this man, sitting next to him, he is now the biggest threat in that house. Now that
Okay.
Kuzi is gone, he is
Yep.
absolutely the biggest threat in the house. But the fact of the matter is, can't nobody get him out because he'll keep winning vetoes.
Because I think, honestly, of the people left, Shania was probably the most likely to win a comp.
I mean,
Looking
Claudia,
looking
okay.
full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Claudia is good at certain comps. Both of the comps that she's won thus far have been similar.
Mm-hmm.
And Shania only has won one competition, but she did do very well in all the competitions that she's competed in.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
So
if you think about it and look at the competitions that might be coming down the pipe, and you're going to have another endurance competition. You're
yeah,
going to. Nobody's going to beat Ty in an endurance competition.
no.
Claudia came close, but Hope ain't there no more.
unless it's something where like having less body weight
Yeah.
will be beneficial, and then in that case, Anika
Right.
might stand a chance.
Yeah.
But that's like Shania really truly was kind of the only barrier left for Ty.
Yeah.
In my mind, at least, because Claudia is wrapped around his finger. Renee is like actively working with Ty at this point.
Mm.
Like he even said in a previous week, I want to work with Renee. I want to be the Kevin to her Helena.
Mm.
Like he's been wanting to work with Renee for the longest time.
And
And
he has
now
she has no choice because she was definitely pushing against working with Ty, and he
yeah,
was trying to work with her, but she didn't want to do it. Now she
yeah,
has no choice.
yeah. And like Daniel is still in with Ty.
But
Anika ain't gonna win a comp, unfortunately. And so it just feels like just crown Ty right now. Like we don't have to do the next 2 weeks.
right.
Crown Ty. I want to give Shania her moment though, because she was lovely. She she won a comp.
She did.
She's a super fan, and I'm glad she was there.
Yeah. She's very pretty.
Gorge.
I just was like, every time I saw her on screen, I'm like, she's so pretty. She's a
Truly.
gorgeous woman, like
Yeah.
gorgeous. And I'm not even into women, but she's gorgeous.
I'm not either.
But she's
I know.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Happy you were here, Shania.
Yeah.
Glad you got to live out your dream. You played pretty well.
You played well,
You
gal.
played good.
Look, you did
Nothing.
good, gal. You did good, gal.
You did good, gal. Like you didn't do anything wrong.
Nope.
You were
Nothing.
just caught up in the crossfire of this double eviction.
Yep.
Truly.
I mean,
So
and that's usually what happens. People who are just either a big threat is going to go out in the double eviction, or somebody who just got caught up in the middle of it is going to go out. It's just how it happens. It's no gray area in between that. Either you get a threat and you're going out, as we saw with Michael and Big Brother 24. Big threat had to go, or you got Shania, who didn't do anything wrong, wasn't a huge threat, wasn't a huge target, just got caught up in the middle of a power move by Ty.
yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, so we've got 2 weeks left. At the time of filming here, we do not know who the HOH is. We have not gotten that digital daily yet.
Nope.
We do not know who the HOH is. We'll be back next week with a whole new week. It's Final Five.
I'm excited for it. I'm like, my queen koozie is gone, so now I have to turn my excitement level just off of just Daniel, because Daniel was always my excitement level. It's like, now I got to figure out who else. But Ty is stepping up for me. Ty is stepping up for me, and yeah, Daniel and Ty. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Renee and what she's going to do, because I really believe now is the time where she has to step up and do some more. I mean, she won the HOH, so she got that out the way. Now her confidence level is up, so I feel like she could possibly parlay that into. Honestly, if I was anybody in that house, I'm looking to take out Claudia.
Absolutely.
She would be the next one that has to go. And this is strictly because of game. It's like, this girl can win competition. She won 2 HOHs. She gotta go.
If I'm Renee, Daniel, or Anika and I win the HOH, Ty and Claudia go up.
Absolutely. 100%. Ty comes down and
Anika goes up and you vote out Claudia.
Right. And even if it's a 1-1, HOH breaks the tie, vote out Claudia.
Or Renee goes up if Anika's the HOH.
Right. Either way, the HOH go vote out Claudia.
Yeah. So We'll see what happens. It's going to be a lovely end game. It's Ty versus the world.
Yep.
And at this point, I would bet on Ty.
I put all my marbles on Ty right now. If I
Like,
was in Vegas, I'm betting on Ty.
yeah. Yeah.
But that's it for us here. I think we've talked about everything we need to talk about. But you all know what to do. You on YouTube, you know the things. Follow, like, subscribe, hit that bell, notification bell, so you can always see when things drop. Share, like. Leave comments on your comments. Tell us what you think about this week, how you felt about the double. Vent to us if you need to. We understand when the queen goes. We understand. We will check out all those comments and get back to you. Follow us on Twitter at @thecup_reality, so you will know when every video drops. And if you just want to follow me and Logan, you can do that because we kind of talk on Twitter from time to time, And if you want your cup merch, the cup, or other things, go to lanagcreations.etsy.com. And Logan, anything else you want to add?
No, you covered it. We
Well,
did it.
then, well, then we did it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
And someone is always watching, and it's always Arissa Cox.
Arissa.
Who looked great.
She looks fabulous, by the way.
Amazing.
She always
Always.
looks amazing.
I cannot wait to see what she wears for the finale.
The finale's going to be amazing.
Woo!